Lots of things.
So many things.
Lots of books.
Aquaman.
15, as Peachy might put out. As he's constantly adding books on every
It's
time.
27 books.
Yeah, we're talking
it's
about
totally 37.
books.
Yeah.
64 books, and then just quick, we're done.
Yeah,
We're done.
it's fine. But so Aquaman number
41.
Aquaman number 41.
Titans number 28.
28. Then we will be moving on to
Justice League Aquaman Drowned Earth number 1.
and then Justice League number 11.
Oh boy.
It's 4 books. And this is all tying into the Drowned Earth. We started sort of discussing that not last week, but the week before with Justice League number 10. It kind of ended with a cliffhanger of what's going down on the Blood Reef.
Right.
With Aquaman and the Flood. Not to be confused with Halo's The Flood.
I am of the life of millennia of... That was my best Flood impression. That was my overmind. I solved the life with the knife of the rife of the 555.
All of that.
Alright, so previously on Justice League 11, we, 10. I was looking at Justice League 11.
I know.
So Justice League 10, we get introduced to the Graveyard of the Gods via Aquaman and Wonder Woman, who are off trying to find this location.
Get swallowed by a space kraken.
Get swallowed by a space kraken, which releases the Flood across the world, which if this liquid touches you,
turn into some sort of space mutant.
Space fish monster.
Creature.
We get introduced to 3 generals from different planets, different gods of different planets, which had been trapped there by Poseidon and an ancient Atlantean hero, because they were bad guys.
They wanted to invade the Earth.
While this all happened, the Justice League pretty much has been transformed into things. Batman's kind of trapped in the Hall of Justice.
With Magan.
And broken.
Yes, still broken.
Very broken.
Very, very broken.
And the world is getting overrun by this flood.
Yeah. But...
We go to Aquaman number 41 here, and which is writer by Dan Abnett. Pencils by Lan Medina. Inks by Vincent Cifuentes. And colors by Gabe Alelatebi.
Wow, those were maybe all names.
I got the Joshua Middleton variant cover, which is... actually, no, I got the main cover on this one, which was done by Riccardo Federici. It's got Aquaman all transformed, attacking Mira.
Oh, man. Spooky.
Kind of cool. But,
No, I was just going to mention that I'd seen Dan Abnett's work in Superman, Batman, and I forgot something else.
Forgot something else.
Yeah.
What did you
something
forget?
else I mean, I'd seen it in Superman, Batman, and something else.
Good series.
But yeah,
Both
yeah.
good series.
For sure.
So this one's kind of, the story tells it's a tie-in, it's a side story for what's going on in the Drowned Earth and Justice League. We start off with Dodo, an Atlantean, complaining about having to live, because apparently in recent history, thanks to metal, we need to read that.
Still.
And review it. It's got so much mention.
Apparently during that one, which there's a little note from the editor saying that Atlantis was raised to the surface due to the events of Dark Knight's metal. Cryptic, but they, our Atlanteans are on the shore enjoying the water because they're used to it, but they're also not used to being on the surface. So that's when the flood comes rolling in and transforming everybody in the water into these fish creatures, and Dodo's dad happens to be one of them. So he's like, "Daddy," and then these things start trying to attack him, and then of course we get a full page reveal of Mira with her new trident, using her
It's an actual trident.
water kinesis, or her aqua kinesis, to stop the enemies from attacking the innocents and tells them to back out.
I read something interesting, or I skimmed past something interesting having to do with your story and a certain villain. But hopefully you touch on that, because I'm super curious.
Which
about
one?
It. I don't want to say.
Okay. It's one of two, so...
So we go to Queen's Command Center. I'm sure I will. Which we see everybody's kind of recovering, and they're kind of trying to figure out what's going on, and they're getting referred to, or messages coming in from the line where their soldiers are fighting off these transformed Atlanteans, and while Mira's talking to him, saying, no, you gotta, no lethal means, don't kill these are our people, and the guy's like, I can't really help it, these guys are really trying to kill us.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see his skin's got barnacles on it. He's starting to transform, and then he transforms full on creature on him. And she calls, this guy's name is Merc, and Queen's like, uh-oh. She does a moment of reassuring Dodo, who's still concerned about his daddy.
Who's Dodo?
Just some Atlantean kid that we've just been introduced to. So
okay.
I'm like, I'm kind of already annoyed by him. He looks like
a reason.
Hopefully he goes the way of the dodo. Yeah,
they're not. They were found.
Oh.
We go to. She mentions like, I have to protect Atlantis. I am the queen, but I'm also a member of the Justice League, and that's when we go to Batman, who's in his chair. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
What?
So she kind of feels Aquaman's plight of the division between both. And
so when she meets with them, is it Mira in the hall?
Shut your face.
So we go back to Batman in the Justice League, who's trying to get communications out. He can't get a hold of anybody. And we see that the water outside is just coming up and flooding everything. And he's like able to get a hold of Mira.
Nice.
He's like, thank God, they try to fix communication. He's like, you're the last one. Aquaman's disappeared in the Arctic. We don't have the other Justice League member. Everybody's transforming. You're our how are you able to survive? She's like, well, at first they say Aquaman's disappeared, which he's on the Blood Reef.
Yeah.
Which I think it says on this here, it says not on Earth. In parentheses.
Yeah, as an explanation of where it is.
Yeah, not on Earth.
Yeah.
An old sea water. I like how they have that. It's right there.
That's great.
And then we get a splash. We see the three old deities: Commander Drogue, Captain Gall, and Fleet Admiral Tide. How creative. They're talking about how Poseidon screwed them. How they're pretty much ready to drown the planet and change it to how they feel they want it to be. And it says, check out Justice League number 10.
Yeah, do that. Or listen to our podcast where we talk about it.
Podcast. She says, so we go back to Mira and talking to Batman, and he's like, how are you able to save the city? And you're the only one who can. She's like, well, I'm basically stopping this whole thing using my my aquakinesis around the entire city of Atlantis.
Wow.
And he's like, is there any way we could use that technology? And she's like, no, it's me. It's me. I'm doing it through sheer. And he's like, you can't keep that up. I'm all trying to change it with my computer. I'm like, flip, computer. Hello, computer. We get another splash because we are reminded that the Earth has also been invaded by a massive flood. By the alien fleet. That's everywhere, and you kind of see that the Earth is flooded. It's just kind of craziness everywhere, and there's just like he's trying to convince Mira like, we need your help, we need you, but you need to. You can't keep this up. You're not gonna be able to do it. She's like, I will do what I must, and it's at that moment an explosion occurs, and in the command center, and Mira gets knocked over, and Batman's like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And she's like, looks over at one of her Atlantean people and says, I let go. And then that's when you see this huge rush of water coming in, and she immediately puts up her force field around her and one other person, and everybody around her, Volko and all these other characters, turn into these fish monsters as Atlantis is lost. She sees her and this priestess that she happens, who was touched by the water. She has to eject her out of this bubble, and because she's transforming too, and around her everybody's transforming. She's like, well, I gotta get out of here. Batman's like still trying to get a hold of her, and she's trying to get a hold of him. They basically say, get out of there, and she does, and she's like, well, there's only one place I need to go, one person I can trust that can help me at this point, and this individual is locked up in the highest tower, the biggest traitor in Atlantis history.
I know who it is.
And we see her break in with her trident and goes, hey, I know we've been, Atlantis is under siege, the world is under siege, I know we don't agree, but Atlantis needs you, the world needs you, I need you. And we pan over and we see Orm.
The Ocean Master.
The Ocean Master.
The Ocean Master.
Aquaman's brother. And other heirs to the evil dude. And he goes, I am with you today. Of course, I've always been doing what's good for Atlantis. I've always done what's best for Atlantis. And, of course, I'm with you. You're the queen. And today the Earth needs Ocean Master.
Yeah.
And that's how we end that book.
And that picks up right into the
Drowned Earth.
Yeah, the Justice League Drowned Earth.
So you kind of see how they kind of play parallel here.
But before that...
Before we jump into that one, I'm going to immediately go into Titans Drowned Earth tie-in. So it's Titans number 28. Now, I don't know who the fuck half these people are.
Oh, I can probably tell you, because I read a lot of this.
So we start off with Tempest.
Yep.
Tempest, which is Aqualad.
Yep. He doesn't go by Aqualad anymore. It's Tempest.
It's Tempest.
Garth.
Garth, yeah.
Okay.
We have Tempest, we have Gar, Raven, and Wonder Girl.
Yeah.
I don't know who this one chick is. She's Steel's protege, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, because I thought that was what she was.
She was a superwoman at one point, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That rings a bell.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, okay.
That's her.
I believe that's her name. I'm not 100%.
So we immediately jump in. So what's crazy is I don't know half these characters right now. Or I do, but I haven't been keeping up on Titans. Nobody here has been reading Titans.
I'm not caught up with Titans.
Or at least
been reading it.
Talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I need my information.
Let's do this.
So, we have the inner monologue of, or the narration is being done by Donna Troy. And we kind of see that they're in some sort of dire situation. She's like, we're hurtling towards certain death. Not the best time to see old friends. Referring to Garth. They're in the Titans boom room, which is a transit room that they can move through boom tubes.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just Steel. I'm sorry.
Just Steel?
She's just Steel.
Oh, okay. So she's Steel version 2, Mark 2.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sure. Sorry.
They're traveling through some tunnel. It's a near instantaneous site-to-site transfer. That's what they're doing. And we see the inner monologue as they're exiting out. Is just, I should be happy to be reunited with my old friends, Tempest, but everyone's on edge, and we've had a crappy week.
Referring to?
It's only Wednesday. Where do I start? Nightwing got shot. He may die. Refer to episode.
One of them.
Enter episode name.